So okay, so we are going to talk about my career as a metallurgist, okay? And I'm going to make some notes here. Chat, how are you? So I want to make a video on YouTube where I will be discussing my career progression from metric, the subject I studied in metric, going to TUT, how I got in, how challenging the course was, what was the formatting of the course. I started in 2014, and in 2017 I went to do my experiential training in China, and I came back in 2018, graduated in 2018. I went on to do my BTech in 2020. I registered in 2019 and I only completed in 2021 because of COVID. Also because I got really overwhelmed and depressed, and so I dropped out in 2019. And I started working in 2018, had a ferrochrome smelt, had an engineering training, and everything that had happened in between until now, in 2025, where I am now and what I currently do now. So can you please summarize this for me and write it in like point form in a chronological order so I can talk about it? Thank you. Maybe we need to rotate this. Yo, it's gonna require so much adjustments. Hi, this is a video where I'll be discussing my engineering journey from high school, the subject I studied in high school, to university, and where I am now. So I'm a metallurgical engineer by profession, and I completed my metric in 2013 in Valcom. My high school subjects included maths, pure maths, English, physics, electrical technology, computer applications technology, Sisoto, and LO. And I completed my metric in 2013, and in 2014 I started my first year at the TUT University of Pretoria, TUT University of Technology in Pretoria, where I started with my national diploma in metallurgical engineering. So like any engineering course, if you want to study engineering, you will need your maths and science. You will need 60% in English because the course is offered in English. And because I went to a technical high school, I continued on to University of Technology, because theory, it's not really my strong suit. Consuming tons and tons of information and putting it in your head and then processing it late, no, that's not how I learn. I learned through practical hands-on experience. So 2014, 15 and 16 I was at TUT. 2017 March I went to China. I came back in 2018 March. In March, where I was doing my experiential training. So when you do a diploma, there's a portion of the course where you are at varsity studying, and then you have to go complete the rest by getting hands-on experience at like an actual workplace. Some people call it vacation work. So I did my experiential training at an iron and steel making plant, and I got this opportunity through Mercita, the CETA for engineering and technology. It was a fully funded scholarship. We did a language component, and then we did the experiential learning. I found their link on Facebook in one of those university groups, and I applied. It was really quick. I applied, I got in, I went. In 2018, I came back in March, and then in October, beginning of October, I started working at a ferrochrome smelter in Krugersdorp. I was an engineer in training. I worked as engineering training for a year until 2019. So 2018 October, I started my job. End of October, I graduated. I continued with my engineering training job, and I registered my BTech the following year in 2019. And the stress and pressure of working and studying and trying to be an adult was a lot. It was practically impossible because I got horribly depressed. I ended up dropping out of my BTech that year, and then COVID hit, but I went on and completed my BTech via distance learning, sort of long distance, in 2020, and then I completed it in 2021. It was challenging, but I think I got a break because the company I worked for closed down, and then I moved to another position, another site. So there was like a period in between where I was able to catch a break and catch up on my studies because I was retrenched during that time. Then I went on to complete my studies in 2021, and the saddest part about my BTech degree is that we didn't have a graduation because of all those COVID and lockdowns and those kinds of regulations. So I just went and picked up my qualification, and that was it. I continued working. I went to work at PPM at Johannesburg Platinum Mine on those flotation cells. It was very short. It was like contract based, and then the smelter I had previously worked at was now sold to a new group of people, so I came back and worked there. I worked there until 2022, and in 2022 I moved to technology development. So what I was doing at the smelter is that they had furnaces and a converter. So it was hot metal processing, pyrometallurgy. And I started off at the converter, I went to the furnaces, but by the end of 2022, I was working at the DC furnace, ferrochrome smelting. It was challenging, but it was fun and I enjoyed it. And because it's where I started, it didn't feel like there wasn't too much stress because I already knew people there. I already had people who could help if I ever got stuck, and I really trusted in my experience. So I was doing well there. But then I was pregnant, and working on site at a smelter is a very demanding job. So I was doing very well until I got pregnant because the hours are insane. The standby roster. Sometimes you have to go on site on the weekend. Sometimes there's a breakdown and you're on site the whole night and you still have to be there the next day. So I was not doing very well with that environment while being pregnant. So I went into technology development, where I currently am, where I design these types of smelting furnaces. And I've been there since October 2022, and this is now 2025 May, so 2.5 years. Yeah, so 2.5 years. So basically where I am now, we design smelting facilities. It's a international company. We design everywhere in the world, and we build them and we go and switch them on and hand them over to the client, and then they run them. But if I had to say, I really miss smelting. I miss site-based work. I miss being on the plant. I miss the stress and the pressure, because where I'm working now is very relaxed. We work 3 days a week in an office environment. We only go to site, like we rarely go to site, because as metallurgists we only go when the plant has to be switched on and commissioned. unlike other people who are like in mechanical, who will be able to offer support from the beginning. They will do part of the design, then they will go to site and actually watch the design come to life during construction and this and that. But as metallurgists, we only go there when the plant needs to be switched on. So yeah, I miss going back to site. I wouldn't say that I miss the stress and the hours, but that's part of, that's part of the job. I miss practical metallurgy. I miss the feel of the plant. I miss that feeling you get in the morning when you walk into your plant and you can hear a specific sound and you know that the back filter is not running properly, or the compressor is off, or there's a leak somewhere. And I miss that experience, because it's where I was forged, okay? It's where I was birthed as an engineer. And now being in design and technology development, I don't have that anymore, and it's not great. I was okay with it for a while. I was very grateful for the work-life balance, and the opportunities you get, because now you get to travel internationally and meet new people. And I've met quite a number of people, some South African, some Swedish, some American. Like, I've met a lot of people, some Chinese even, that are very smart and they have a lot of influence and power. I've met people from Turkey who once wanted to recruit me, but that was during the time when I was pregnant, so it wouldn't have worked really well, because I wouldn't move while I was pregnant. Technology development is fun and it's good, but working on site is more fun for me. So I think going back to site will be a lot more interesting for me. And then later on, if I get pregnant again, or when I get like really old and I want to retire and I'm tired of running around and being stressed all the time, then I'll move back into this type of role. But yeah, that's my engineering journey from first year to where I am now. And this is my first video, so it's okay if you don't like it. Just don't say that you don't like it. I don't have a lot of experience with YouTube or long form content, and if there's anything anyone would like to know specific, I'm not going to edit any part of this, because I feel like that part of content creation is just too much work, and I'm not doing that. Write your comments and let me know what else you'd like to know. I'm thinking of doing these videos, releasing a video once a week, and yeah, thanks. Hope you like it. So yeah, that's it. Bye. Bye-bye.